From being homeless living in his car, to being hated online because of his weird and creepy imitation of David Dobrik, to now being one of the top artists today with a hit song breaking records and topic charts worldwide. Alex Warren is one of the rare creators who did something almost no one can pull off. A kid who once went viral for being called a David Dobrik clone, but now is signed to a major label, making hit songs and building a real music career. And somehow, it doesn't feel forced, it feels earned. Alex grew up in Carlsbad, California, but his childhood was far from easy. His father passed away from cancer when Alex was just 9 years old. The loss took a toll on his family and his mother fell into alcoholism and became abusive. By age 17, tensions escalated at home and he found himself homeless, living out of a 1996 Honda and crashing on friends' couches whenever he could. Through these dark times, a few close friends offered him help and a place to stay when they could, which was support Alex stated he will never take for granted. But Alex had a dream. Multiple dreams actually, and one of them started out when he decided he wanted to become a content creator. He started uploading videos on YouTube in 2015, and his early content were random, low-view vlogs, challenges, skits, and lifestyle stuff. But what got him noticed wasn't just the videos, it was the style. At the same time, Alex met a special person, a girl that would become his future wife, Coover. They talked online, met a few times and instantly fell in love with each other, which also brought more attention to Alex himself, given Coover was an influencer as well. And suddenly, Alex's career in content creation was growing fast, and fans started to fall in love with them as a couple. Their relationship developed rapidly, and Coover left her home and moved to California to be with Alex, even though Alex at the time was living out of his 1996 Honda. In 2018 and 2019, Alex began posting vlogs in a style heavily inspired by David Dobrik, which was first-person filming with fast edits, chaotic group dynamics, and even similar laugh and tone of voice. And as his content grew on YouTube, so did the criticism. And when TikTok came, it changed everything. TikTok was the hottest app in the world, and a bunch of its biggest stars, Alex included, decided to move in together in Los Angeles to form a content house called the Hype House, a name Alex himself came up with. Alex and Coover moved into the Hype House mansion, joining around a dozen other creators who were blowing up on TikTok, with names like Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio, Addison Rae, and Lil Huddy to name a few. They all collaborated constantly, filming TikTok skits by day, YouTube vlogs by night, and living and partying under the same roof. And within weeks of Hype House's formation, Alex's follower counts exploded. Suddenly, he had 600,000 YouTube subscribers, millions of TikTok followers, and climbing rapidly, gaining him more and more traction every day, becoming one of the top stars on the platform. And by early 2020, he was one of the standout personalities of the Hype House. But as Alex's YouTube vlogs started gaining more and more views, hitting in the millions, many viewers noticed an eerie resemblance to the style of David Dobrik. Fans pointed out that everything from Alex's video length to his editing style, titles, and even his own laugh felt exactly like Dobrik's.
Thanks for watching Hannah. Make sure you like and subscribe. Tweet me at David Dobrik.
For today's video, if you enjoyed it, go and like and comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Merch will be linked down below, as well as my second channel, as well as my Instagram.
It's so obvious.
Some of Alex's vlog ideas as well seemed to track closely with things Dobrik had done. David surprised a friend with a new Lamborghini in August of 2019, and a few months later, Alex uploaded a surprising best friend with dream car. Many people started noticing this blatant imitation, and controversy started heating up online, which mainly came from David Dobrik's supporters calling him out, saying this is just weird and disturbing. It was not just about copying video ideas, it was the way he talked, the way he interacted with his friends, his voice, his laugh, and even his smile and body language was purely a David Dobrik ripoff. Watching Alex Warren's vlogs as a David Dobrik fan is so effing disturbing. The copied laugh literally gives me goosebumps. I really feel like this Alex Warren guy just practices his laugh every night to sound more like David Dobrik, and it's very creepy. Alex saw everyone online and the attention he was getting and was quick to give his own thoughts about the issue and address what's happening. He acknowledged the similarities but explained that Dobrik was an inspiration, one of many YouTubers he looked up to alongside Logan Paul and Casey Neistat. It doesn't help that I have a similar laugh to David. He even admitted that he stopped watching David's vlogs entirely. I don't watch David Dobrik anymore because of the mere fact that I've been accused of copying his mannerisms and personality. Alex addressed the issue many times, and he even revealed that his true inspiration for vlogging came from a personal place, his late father. When Alex was a kid, his father would film the family and surprise them with fun outings, creating a sort of video diary for them, and Alex wanted to do the same. I want to be able to show my kids this is what my life was like before adulthood. The whole David Dobrik controversy and attention he got made Alex question his choices and the direction he was going in with his content, and this was definitely the moment he decided to change things around. Despite the drama, 2020 was actually a banger year for Alex as a creator. He got nominated for a Streamy Award for Best First Person Creator and also became the host of a reality show called Next Influencer, produced by Awesomeness TV, which was a reality web series where young TikTokers lived together in a content house competing for fame. This not only expanded Alex's reach beyond his own channel, but cemented him as a key figure of this influencer generation. He was at the top of the game with more than 2.6 million subscribers on YouTube and over 14 million on TikTok by early 2022. But this would become a pivotal year in Alex Warren's career, and it all started with the Hype House dying off. By mid-2022, the group had split, with many members leaving or getting too famous, as some claimed, and drifted apart. For Alex and Cover, leaving the house was bittersweet. It freed him from drama and constant collaboration, but also meant he had to forge a new path on his own. He experimented with new formats, even launching a podcast called Locked In with Alex Warren in 2022. On the podcast, he had deep conversations with other creators, reflecting on mental health and behind-the-scenes stories, further positioning himself as the more down-to-earth influencer who wasn't afraid to admit struggles. And by this point, Alex's social media presence became huge, but he was also feeling the urge to do something different. The toll of constant pranks, high-energy stunts, and challenges for content was adding up, so a new passion was calling him, and that passion was music. All along, music had been Alex's private form of therapy. He had been quietly writing songs for years. In fact, he began writing one of his first songs at age 13, processing his father's death. Even during his content creation days, he was writing and releasing music as an independent artist every now and then. His music did get some attention and was doing great numbers, with his debut single, One More I Love You, raking up over 24 million streams on Spotify and 4.4 million YouTube views, but nothing going mainstream yet. He kept on releasing music every chance he could, with songs like Screaming Underwater and Remember Me Happy. He actually wrote Remember Me Happy on the very day his mother passed away from her addiction in 2021. Alex found that turning his trauma into music not only helped him heal, but also struck a chord with fans who had gone through similar experiences. I saw the response, people listening to my songs about the trauma I went through. They would start telling their personal stories, almost like I was their therapist. And perhaps for the first time, Alex felt his purpose shift, going from making content, challenges, and useless skits to making music that could help others feel less alone. But up until now, his music was local. It was meant as a personal escapism for himself, as well as his own fans and audience to enjoy. Nothing like what would happen later on. He wasn't just a YouTuber making a silly song or trying to go into an industry he knows nothing about, just because that's what everyone was doing at the time. Alex was one of the only creators that looked like he was at the right place, and music for him felt natural, and fans definitely saw that. But most importantly, record labels saw that. In August of 2022, Alex's music career took a major leap when Atlantic Records offered him a deal that Alex took, and officially he was a signed artist. And he would spend most of 2023 steadily building his catalog and credentials in the pop world. Give You Love in particular was a fan favorite online, and Save You a Seat went mildly viral on TikTok. Another track, Carry You Home, became the fan favorite love song. He wrote it about his wife and about how he'd carry her burdens and always be there to carry her home. When it released in mid-2024, it gained traction on adult pop radio and eventually became Alex's first song to chart in the UK, reaching number 9 on the UK singles chart. And then came a moment that signified Alex's transition from influencer to mainstream star, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade 2024. Alex was invited to perform Carry You Home on one of the big floats in Manhattan. This is a gig reserved for established artists, and there Alex was, a kid who once recorded vlogs in a bedroom, now on national TV. Alex's musical momentum continued to build towards the end of 2024, and in September of that year, he released an emotionally charged single titled Burning Down. This song would become a significant milestone in his career, become Alex's first song to enter the iconic Billboard 100 chart. It debuted on the Hot 100 and eventually peaked at number 69 in October of 2024. While just cracking the Hot 100 was an accomplishment itself, the trajectory of Burning Down showed that Alex's music career was catching fire, and things are becoming serious. The track also gained popularity overseas, being at number 28 on the UK singles chart by early 2025. And to give the song an extra boost and reach new audiences, Alex released a special remix of Burning Down featuring pop star Joe Jonas in December of 2024. Alex was no longer just a YouTuber, he is now an established artist, but nothing would even come close to what was about to happen for him. In early 2025, Alex released a song that would change his life forever, a single called Ordinary. The song immediately became a viral sound soon after its release. The sound picked up tens of millions of views, and within a few weeks, it was climbing the Spotify and Apple Music charts, entirely fueled by organic virality. The song had everything. It was a great song with emotional lyrics, relatability, and most importantly, it was real. Alex writing about how much he loves his wife made both their fans fall even more in love with their relationship, and this song became a staple of what true love should be. The song was doing amazing numbers on music platforms, social media, and even radio, but the real breakthrough happened when Netflix invited him to perform live on the reunion episode of Love is Blind Season 8. It was an unprecedented crossover, and Love is Blind had never featured a musical performance on the show before. This appearance exposed Alex and his song to hundreds of millions of new people that are now hooked to his performance, and his hit single skyrocketed. Within days, Ordinary shot to #1 on Billboard's Hot 100, and it didn't just slip in for a week. The single remained at the top for 12 consecutive weeks, and it wasn't just a hit in the USA. It topped charts around the world, reaching #1 in the UK, Canada, Australia, and even more. In the UK, Ordinary broke records as the longest running #1 of the 2020s so far, and the longest uninterrupted #1 ever by an American male solo artist on the UK chart. Alex suddenly was propelled into global stardom. Ordinary became a worldwide hit. By this point, Alex had fully stepped out of any shadows of being a copycat or just an influencer. He was now unmistakably a breakout music artist. He even gave a high-profile televised performance of Ordinary at the 2025 American Music Awards, introducing him to yet another massive audience and further solidifying the song's place in pop culture. The Ordinary era turned Alex into a household name. Right after Ordinary conquered the charts, he released a collaboration with Jelly Roll called Bloodline, and that debuted in the Hot 100 Top 40, which was his first song to ever debut that high. Riding the momentum of Ordinary and his new single Bloodline, Alex embarked on his first major international tour titled the Cheaper Than Therapy Tour. His rise made people feel more of an earned achievement than a stroke of luck. Many fans have been following him all the way back from his pranks and vlog days. They witness his growth, his hard work, and are seeing the results of years of dedication with him finally achieving stardom. For many fans, it feels like they were part of it. They witnessed it from the beginning, and that makes it even more special for both Alex and his fans. From sleeping in the car to topping the charts, Alex Warren truly turned his life around, and with a Hot 100 #1 hit to his name, a supportive fan base, and new opportunities on the horizon, it seems that Alex's story is still far from over.